Hi everyone. Let's do a quick recap of what's been happening in the previous episodes. A few episodes ago I put together this battery of algorithms that were supposed to show me what is the best combination of distance, Bitcoin volatility, and coin for regular shots. Then, based on the 2 weeks worth of data, I have put together this spreadsheet, this pivot table, and I have picked the side and the pair and the distance that provided the best profit to loss ratio. And I've explained why this, to me, is the best indicator with the type of data that I have. So I was looking for this type of stuff where we have 10 profits and 0 losses, 4 profits and 0 losses, and so forth. I've also included some where there have been losses, but there were too many profits to pass this up as an opportunity. Based on that, I have put together this thing. This is a list of coins that have been working at a particular BTC volatility level at a particular distance. Here in green we have the best ones, and then in yellow we have the so-so ones where there have been 1 or 2 profits and 0 losses. This is for lower volatility, this is for higher volatility, and based on that I've put together some algorithms. They are listed right here. Overall I had 1, 2, 3, 4 algorithms for lower volatility and 8 algorithms for higher volatility, but there are algorithms with only 1 coin or 3 coins per algorithm. But it's fine. So based on that I have built the actual algorithms, and they are working right here. And now it's time to see what the results are. First, spoiler alert, let's go to the balance and see if we're up or down. Here in the balance we are almost at 204, and previously we've been at 202 and a little bit. So we are up. Now let's look at the reports. These are the reports. Disregard these two because they were on a different type of algorithm. As you can see here, it says N, and then S at the beginning of the algorithm is the result of these. So overall, as you can see, we have 1.2 in profit in total with an ROE of, again, 1.5. That's because the order size was 100, and that makes the total USDT and the ROE pretty much equal. So what do we got? We have 14 trades. We have 2 losses. It's better to look at it in my spreadsheet. Here we are in the spreadsheet. I have filtered only the relevant trades to be shown here. As you can see, we have 14 trades in total, 12 profits and 2 losses. This gives us an awesome profit to loss ratio of 6 exactly. Due to a smaller order size, we do not have that huge of a P&L, but overall it's positive. Let's look at the buy side and the sell side separately. If we go to buy, we have a profit to loss ratio of 5. We've got 1 loss here on XRP. It's not that big of a loss, it's only 0.3, and the rest are profitable, which gives us a total P&L of just a bit over 1 USDT. Remember, profit to loss ratio of 5. Now if we were to go to sell, we've got a profit to loss ratio of 7. Wow, that's what we were striving for, and that's what I consider to be very, very good. However, the total P&L is only 0.435, and that is due to this 1 loss, but it's pretty huge. It lost us 1.6 USDT, and that's CRV for you. Remember, I didn't put too much trust and too much hope in it last time. I've highlighted it in blue right here because it was something here that was not typical of this coin. Well, that's where it got us. It hit us pretty bad. So obviously, profit to loss ratio is not the only indicator that tells you whether it's good or bad. yeah, okay, we're in the positive direction, we're in the green, but then this loss is kind of frustrating. Let's go back to totals. Here we are. If we look at the distances, most of them were at the distance of 1.1, and some of them were at the distance of 1.5. And this pair of trades is pretty cool. It's both on MKR, and they happened exactly at the same time, which means that I had two levels, two orders, and both of them got me a profit. Let's see what that might look like. Yeah, so here on MKR, you see I have two orders running, so there was a shot that got through both of these and rolled back for both of these. I don't know if I still have it visually. Let's try and see. Well, there is no line, but you can, oh, there is a line. Excellent. Here, this was the shot, and it got both of them. Well, there was an emulator actually right here, but here is the 1.1, here is the 1.5, and both of them were profitable for me. So there may be some benefits of having two levels of orders. And also I can see a benefit here of using not the trades data, but the ticker price. In terms of trades, the size of the shot was almost 2.5%. But it rolled back pretty quickly. So I don't know, maybe I have to put together another experiment where I have the same algorithms running, one of them on trades and one of them on ticker price, and see how they perform against each other. A pretty nice idea for the future. Now, back to the reports. To me, one of the surprising things was that there are so few trades. If we were to go back to here, I did some calculations specifically to show you. So remember, altogether I've had like 700 trades, but then I separated out only the trades that happened on these coins that I have selected for my real algorithms. And the numbers are here. Total trades on these coins on this distance in my emulator equaled 46. Here 35, 8, 2, and these are the number of orders that I'm going to be placing simultaneously. So altogether, while my experiment was running, it was during 2 weeks, I had a total of 194 trades, specifically for these coins. And they were split between lower volatility 101 and higher volatility 93. This gives us an average of low volatility trades per day of 6.7, higher volatility 6.1, and a total of almost 13. So that's how we would gauge the market activity. Across 2 weeks, we had almost 13 trades per day. Now let's go back to my reports here. 14 trades, and that has been running for almost 7 days. 14 divided by 7 is 2. We only have 2 trades per day, as opposed to 13 here, specifically on these coins on these distances. So this week, the market has been much flatter and much calmer than back here, where we had almost 200 trades. This tells you that the same algorithms, the same pairs at the same distance might not work exactly the same across different time frames. Pretty much this means that this data that I have collected across 2 weeks, and I've put so much effort into getting it all together and figuring out the algorithms, has become more or less obsolete. The market has definitely changed, and right now there are probably other coins that are working better at different distances, maybe at lower distances, maybe not, I don't know. So overall, it's been 3 weeks from the beginning of my experiment, and this has definitely expired, even though we got a little bit of profit here. So what I'm thinking right now is that I have to run some sort of experiment to gauge the number of shots pretty much continuously. And then I have to make it into a pivot table like this. This is pretty much done automatically once I have put everything here in the raw reports. But then from here to here, I was doing it all manually, filtering and analyzing each distance separately. And that takes time, and that takes away from the reaction time that I have to the market. So let's say the market changes every week. Like it actually changes every day and even hour to hour. But let's be more realistic and say it's doing it every week. So every week I have to go and manually analyze this, actually cut off the dates that are no longer relevant, and make a table like this. What I want to do, and I don't even know how to approach it yet, well, I've got some ideas, but not a full-blown approach. So I want to build this pretty much in real time, and the only thing I would have to do is import my reports from the experiment right here, and then based on that really quickly build this, and then go to my terminal, go to my algorithms, quickly update the coins that are listed here, maybe turn some off, maybe create some new ones, and this way I'll be able to react pretty quickly to what's going on in the market. Because again, the picture from 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago is very much different from what we currently have. As I have mentioned previously, and as we have seen already, the profit to loss ratio is not the magic bullet. It's not the magic pill. And I have excluded the ROE because something was wrong with my calculation. Here, let me demonstrate. So here it's pretty much correct. And if we were to go to the terminal, it would confirm that we have exactly the same total and exactly the same ROE. Now, why have I had a problem with ROE when I was building that spreadsheet for getting together the algorithms? Let me show you. Let's take my all real results, my real trades, and look at that. The P&L is minus 16.6, but the ROE is happy and green, and it's actually 6.6 here. That is pretty wild. I have shown you this before, but now I have taken a closer look at this. So when we have very, very many trades, in this case a bit over 900, then all of the rounding errors accumulate and it swings us from obviously negative to the positive. These two do not align at all. If we were to go back to a selection where there are fewer trades, like right here on my real whitelist based on the experiment, they are aligned. It's pretty okay. So I had to go back to the books to see where I was missing something. Went to Investopedia, got into all these formulas, and here it says net return on investment divided by cost of investment. So it's an overall picture instead of an individual picture per trade that you try to sum up together somehow. So that got me thinking, what if I were to change my calculation, not to only sum all of the pre-calculated values here, but what if I were to take the total investment, which is the order size pretty much, and then I take the total net result, which is the total USDT. And after some playing around, I can reveal to you my results. They are right here. I've hidden them not to spoil the thing for you. So I have my total USDT all summed up, and then I have my average order size. It's average because I have not actually invested this much money into my all trades. I've been investing around 100 each time, and I've been getting back around 100 each time. So I could have done this with only $100 and moving them, trading them 14 different times. So that's why it's average. It's pretty close to 100. And then for the new ROE calculation, I have the sum of total USDT divided by the average of order size. And for this small selection, it gives us the same, pretty much the same result. It's 1537, here it's 1538. And in the terminal, it is 1537, which is closer to this number. Now let's see if it works on a bigger selection of data. Let's go back to all my real trades and see. Now look at that, it's completely different. Here we have the old calculation still at 6, and the new calculation is minus 18.5, which is in alignment, if you think about it just logically, purely by looking at the numbers. It's aligned with the P&L of 16 here. My average order size here is 90, about that. So by investing 90 and losing 16, my ROE is minus 18.5. And I want to verify that by going into the terminal and seeing how the terminal calculates this whole thing. I've actually already prepared this. Here are all my trades, the real trades, and look here, the total is minus 16.61 and the ROE is exactly minus 18.5. Isn't that a success? Now I can use the ROE as an indicator again, because now it's not going to be wrong. So now that my ROE calculation is correct, I will copy and paste it into my spreadsheet right here where it actually belongs. Drum roll please, paste, go. This is now correct. I can get rid of all of that. Now the picture is very good to look at. Well, in terms of the correct calculation, it looks so much better. In terms of actual P&L and ROE, this is not so good. But yeah, that makes me a bit more happy. One more thing here on top that sort of bugs me is this, the price delta median. There is something wrong with it as well. While I was filtering different trades, different sets of trades, it shows one of two numbers, either something resembling 0.22 or it shows a 0. If we were to go, for example, to only losses, now it's 0. If we were to go only profits, now it's 0.22. And I have manually rechecked everything, and there's something broken about it. Obviously, if you were to go losses, the median should be negative, but it's 0. So it's broken, and I'm not using it really anyway. So for now, I'm going to hide it from view and then take care of it a little bit later. We'll just have a yellow space right here for future reference. By the way, one more pretty cool thing about my real trades, the 14 of them that are based on the whitelist, is the average take. It's 0.35, whereas in the algorithm is 0.2. But the average loss, of course, is not so good because of this. But this loss is very acceptable. I'd much rather have these than these, and I think so would you. Alright, so these are the results so far. I will continue running this for a bit, and meanwhile I'll try and automate building this together so that I can be more flexible. And may I remind you that my invitation to my Telegram chat is still open for anyone. We have actually had some valuable discussions right there about the merits and demerits of shots algorithms versus averages algorithms, at what time historically they have been working perfectly, How are they working right now? Is it better? Is it worse? And that conversation has inspired me to actually go and study price behavior and to be able to analyze and maybe even predict to some extent the price behavior. I am very thankful to everyone who participated in that discussion, and I invite the rest of you watching to join. There's actually been one join request which I am unable to accept because Telegram tells me that that particular user is already a member of too many groups and too many chats, so an additional one is not possible. If that is you, take a look at it. If you really want to be in our chat, go ahead and unsubscribe from something else, but that's totally your choice. I will be happy to see you there anyway. A very quick summary of where we've gotten to today. My balance is 204. My algorithms based on the experiment are still running. There are quite fewer trades than in the experimental setup. The distances that have worked so far are 1.1 and 1.5, nothing more than that. I'll be thinking about automating the whole thing to adjust to market conditions as they change rather quickly instead of doing the spreadsheet manually, this one. And I have also adjusted my calculation of the ROE, which is now correct, and I'm so happy about it because that could be used in conjunction with the profit to loss ratio when building this. Oh my God, it's gonna be even more complicated than it already is. But okay, that's trading for you. That's not a simple thing. And I will tell you how all that goes in the next video. See you.